Welcome back, folks, to the Weekly Dweeb. This is the second segment this week. I hope everyone checked out Kev's Clayface article that came out yesterday's video that came out yesterday. If you haven't, go check it out. Kev, how was it? How was it? And how you doing, bud?
I'm very excited on both counts. So looking forward, gang, check me, especially if you are watching the full show on Friday. If you didn't like that last segment, if you think I'm delusional, I want to hear about it. All right. Let me know
Let 'em
what
know.
you think. I might be getting lost in the sauce here. I am daring myself, James, as the wise man named Michael Scott once said, make no mistake about it. I am ready to be hurt again by my favorite comic book company of all time, DC Comics. But this is a Marvel segment, is it not?
We
James?
have more Marvel news today, Kev. Shout out to everybody that watched last week. First off, we had over 400 views. We appreciate each and every one of you and all you commenters. I saw you. I see you on the Alien video. Right. Kev, we have more Phase 6 news this week. We have Spider-Man specific news here. I'm going to pull up a video and pray that my computer doesn't explode. That's always a fun game to play. Will it, won't it work today? Last week it did not work. We found that out. Thankfully, we have some editing skills to fix those problems. We've got, let's see, I think I put us up on the side. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to. Yeah, we better go over here. We've got the announcement of new suit here. Which it seems to be working.
We ready?
Okay.
So we got the new suit there. I'll pull the picture up here in a second. Brand new day. I think it just started filming, so that's what's going on here. That's what all the hubbub is about. Here's a better look at it. You've got the new suit. Kind of harkens back a little bit to the original trilogy suit. The raised webbing on it. What are your thoughts, Kev? Does it matter? Do you like it? Does it matter?
Yeah, I think to a lot of fans, it matters a lot. The idea that this is finally Spider-Man for the MCU. Not to say, and this is by no means an indictment of Tom Holland's portrayal. I actually think he's a phenomenal Peter Parker. The problem with Tom Holland is that he's Peter Parker in every damn movie he's ever been in, but that's a topic for another discussion. But what I mean is the whole point of Spider-Man, I think one of the reasons people love the character so much is that he has this everyman sheen to him a little bit. Like he's a really smart guy.
Neighborhood spider.
Yeah, exactly. He makes his own suit. He lives with his aunt. He does all this stuff. And from the moment we were introduced to this Spider-Man, he has been Tony Stark's ward, essentially. He's been like little Iron Man Robin, running around with all these cool gadgets. And this is a better representation of the Spider-Man that I think everybody is going to be a lot more excited about. Now, whether or not it looks like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man or another version, that part doesn't matter to me at all. I don't mind those little bits of nostalgia. If it works for you, great. But the idea that it's just a Spider-Man suit that doesn't have Stark tech or whatever Reed Richards might be giving him soon. I think that part of it I'm very happy for. I think a lot of Spider-Man fans are. But what about you, James? Is this a big nothing burger for you? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, to me, I think he's a great Spider-Man, and I agree with everything you said. I do like the suit is very comic book inspired. I do like that, and I kind of with you, like he's done the Iron Spider suit. He's done all that. Like it's nice to see just more of a back to the basic Spider-Man, because of course that's where this is going, right? Nobody remembers who he is. He wished himself into oblivion. Essentially, nobody knows, not even his girlfriend and his best friend. So that's gonna be major plot points of this movie, right? So I'm okay with it bringing it back down. Maybe he is just the local neighborhood friendly Spider-Man, saving crime and going to school. So I'm okay with that.
It's going to be a nice little reboot for the character, I think. is how I envision it. And hopefully it goes well. But
Yep.
yeah, I think it's a good little suit there. You know, no fake muscles or anything have been added yet, so it is.
I'm okay with all that. Yeah.
Kind of funny to
Doesn't need
see
to
him
be
like
jacked.
this. He looks like a regular old guy in that photo.
Yep.
So there you go. I love
Yep.
it. That's Pete for you.
That is Pete, which leads me into my next part of this. Spider-Man news is plenty last week. I guess that came out. So they just started filming. It's a year from the date when that was released. 7/31/26 is the release date of the movie. Came out on 7/31, obviously. The other big news in the Spider-Man world is that Mark Ruffalo is set to reprise the role of Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter. They wrote a story on it, and obviously Sony and Marvel both declined. No comments. But Mark Ruffalo is reprising his role as Bruce Banner and the Hulk in the anticipated 2026 movie. The other leak over the weekend, it wasn't really a leak, but other news is that Michael Mando will reportedly reprise his role as the supervillain Mac Gargan, aka the Scorpion. He was last seen in 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming, the first Spider-Man movie starring Tom Holland. So quite a ways away. It's notable of note that Ruffalo was not among the many names confirmed to appear in Avengers Doomsday. If you watched the 27-hour stream of chairs, his name was not in there, which everybody expects him to be. So yeah, Kev, what are your thoughts here? What are your thoughts on Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk being there? What could he be doing? And then Matt Gargan, aka the Scorpion. I'm going to pull up a pic. I got to look up a picture because he's in the first movie, and I think it's in the after credit scene. So it is he's been a while in that one.
He's Tuco's crazy cousin, if you don't remember.
I don't.
Old Breaking
Jim,
Bad.
I do.
But
Jim does not remember.
While you look up Scorpion, let me start with Mark Ruffalo and the Incredible Hulk, because my first thought on this, James, is they will put this man in any movie but an Incredible Hulk movie. Like, how many different character stories has Mark Ruffalo been in as the Incredible Hulk? And then they go and they take what very well could have and arguably should have been Incredible Hulk 2, and they said, this is actually a Captain America story now. We're going to go ahead and falcon this boy over. They refuse to do another Incredible Hulk, and therefore Mark Ruffalo just gets to be a supporting actor in everybody else's movies. Honestly, I don't think you could have cast a more perfect human being for doing that. I don't know the man, so some of this is parasocial, but James, Mark Ruffalo to me seems like the most unassuming, easygoing, yeah, I mean, sure, yeah, I'll do it. You guys need the Hulk in another movie? Yeah, sure. He gives me real, excited stepdad, just happy to be here, just glad I got the invite. That's Mark Ruffalo to me. He's just like, oh yeah, sure. You guys need the Hulk again? Yeah, why not? I got nothing else going on.
I think I would assume, and obviously this has never ever been confirmed publicly, there's some weird rights issue with the Hulk, right? Universal still has some parts of that. They've never confirmed it. I wonder if they can't do a solo Hulk movie. I truly wonder if that's the reason, because it doesn't make any sense, right? He's been great in the role, and he's been great in he's never been his own. The closest he came to leading a movie was Thor Ragnarok, right?
Yeah.
That's a World War Hulk movie, and he's a big time supporting character, but a supporting character, right? I think there's some weird rights issues going on with him. I think that's the only reason that makes sense to me is there's some they can't make a Incredible Hulk movie because Universal has the rights to a solo Incredible Hulk deal. There's something weird there, right? It has to be.
And that would make sense. I would have probably accepted that a little more easily if they hadn't just cast every character that was in that first movie in Captain America 4. So that to me
Yeah,
says like,
I have not
well, if
seen
you
4.
could
You
do
have
all
none of these,
that, how
so.
could you not slap the Incredible Hulk's name on it? So like what to me, it's well, honestly, if that is it, it kind of blows my mind, because if Sony's able to and willing to work with the Spider-Man stuff, how is Universal not coming around on that? Spoiler alert, gang, you're going to get more out of the Hulk by letting him be in the MCU than you are by doing whatever the hell
Yeah.
Sony has done with the Spider-Man adjacent characters. Look at how well that has worked. Like,
They
granted,
didn't. They actually didn't.
this MCU shit isn't great, but it's better
It
than
ain't
anything
that bad.
Universal's going to do with it.
Yeah.
So figure it
There's
out.
no confirmation on that, but it makes the most sense to me why he doesn't get his own. On the story side, it makes sense that so he'd be the smartest person left alive, except maybe Riri Williams, but I have not watched any of that and have not heard great things. So maybe he's the one, like maybe in the story, Spider-Man goes to him at some point, being like, I fucked this up bad, like banners around, he's the smartest one in the world, maybe he can help me fix it type stuff.
Yeah, that is that's possible. I really am nervous about this whole plot line, because I mean, how they got here was kind of dumb. Like the whole Doctor Strange, everybody's going to forget who you are thing. That whole plot is just a mess. Just if it weren't for
It's gonna
bringing
be
back the other two Spider-Men, we would all be saying how shit of a movie that was. Just being honest. If it weren't for that nostalgia bait, we would all be objectively
I'm
like,
here for the nostalgia.
that's the
bit. I want him back.
dumbest idea I've ever heard. It's very dumb. Doctor Strange is an idiot. Peter Parker, also idiot. But hey, we're here. But that makes me feel nervous that we're gonna have more idiot stuff going on. Like will the fact that nobody remembers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, are we going to have characters that forget all of the good that Spider-Man has done? I hope not. But part of me gets worried
Who
that
knows,
there's going to be these weird, where they do the character versus character. I made fun of this when they announced Batman versus Deadpool, where it's like, oh, won't you know it? They're gonna misunderstand each other and fight at first, and then realize like, oh, we're actually on the same side, aren't
we're
we?
friends. Yeah.
That's what I feel like this movie's gonna do. So please don't do that movie.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Don't do it.
Please
Don't
do what
fucking do it.
James was saying and have Peter Parker just go find the smartest man alive and try to explain it to him. I don't know what they're gonna do. This whole thing is a mess to me.
I don't know. I don't know how they do this one unless they keep his identity under wraps until Battle World, and then he's like, "Fuck, I gotta find my friends, save the we gotta try to save the world." And none of these fuckers remember who I am. I don't know. I agree with you. Like it is a weird ending to the movie to like just erase, his existence, right? And you didn't have to you have to do it. Even with the other two, you didn't have to do it. So it's just it's a weird ending at the time. And you're probably right. Like I really liked that movie, but I really liked that movie because I got to see them all working together. I got to see a lot of old characters come back and reprise roles that I really liked. I got to see Andrew Garfield be able to do the correct take on his Spider-Man with good writing and directing and not just get shit. He finally got the props he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's gonna be a massive movie. Like it's huge. Like it can't it's the next big one. There's nothing there might be, unless there's something next spring, it's the next one.
Yeah. And it will be huge, and I'm sure it will do well numbers wise. And there are certain elements to Spider-Man having a secret identity that again, I enjoy because it gives us an opportunity to visit the Spider-Man that all the comic book fans know and love, because that's not who we've had this entire time for the most part, where you get to have to deal with those internal struggles of him having that balance or lack thereof between Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and having him, doing it essentially full time and trying to protect those loved ones. But yeah, how they got here leaves me scratching my head, and it makes me wonder if this plot won't be a little bit convenient. I like, obviously the Punisher is going to be in this thing too, as we know. Um, it just seems
Oh
like
yeah, forget the Punisher's in it too. Man,
it seems like it's set up for misunderstandings, and good guys are going to fight each other until they realize
that
they're
does
on the
seem like a
same team.
misunderstanding thing. Punisher is because the Punisher, let's see here, should have his special should be this fall, I think, right? I
That
think.
will be out first, as far as I understand
So
it.
it may have something to do with his special why they would cross paths. But if he's Spider-Man street level again, right? He would absolutely run into him. So there's that. Who I don't. I did okay. So I did pull up the schedule here. So it is the next movie. There is some other stuff. Eyes of Wakanda came out last Friday, the animated show. Marvel Zombies later this year. Wonder Man is probably December.
That's right.
It says there's an untitled Marvel movie in February of 26. I don't.
Always a good sign.
If there's a, let me look at that. That is that would be incredible to have a movie there that you've not announced yet.
Yeah, I think we made fun of that last week, actually,
yeah.
when we were talking about Phase 6.
This
How
this is when is this date? See if they
brilliant of a strategy it is to have just placeholder movies. Like you've got, what the movie after that is going to be about. So how much of this story do they even know? When the Phase 6 story doesn't seem like they've got it all figured out, James.
No, they don't. I don't think that's right. I think this article's wrong. That doesn't I don't think they'd have a fucking movie next February that's not been announced yet. Anyway, it is the next movie. Like there's some TV shows in there. There is the two and Wonder Man this fall, Daredevil's next spring. But then Spider-Man is July. And then so it leads into Doomsday because Doomsday is December 18th, 2026. So there's probably some play into that too, right? It almost has to be.
You're probably right. I hope not. I think that's one
Maybe
of
not.
the
Maybe it'll just
biggest
be its own
mistakes
thing.
Marvel has made is let these movies be their own thing, especially with the character like Spider-Man. Why does Spider-Man universally one of the, I would argue, the three most recognizable superhero characters that exists on the planet of Earth today? Why does Spider-Man need to be attached to any of that stuff? Because let's be honest, it probably doesn't take that long when you're doing this whole multiverse doomsday thing. How hard is it really to bring Spider-Man into that story? They don't need to be connected.
No,
If you
I
want
don't
to
think
take
so either.
one of these lesser known heroes or somebody maybe that you're trying to build up and make a part of the next phase, like, okay, maybe have that story do something that's building towards the larger thing. I think Spider-Man, just let it be a full-on Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. I think you
And
could.
whatever tie-ins you do, I mean, they're going to do a post-credit thing. They always do,
Yeah.
but just keep it out of the movie. Let's let Spider-Man do his own thing. You for once in
Yep.
the MCU, just
let him.
tell individual stories.
Yeah. I think you could. Like, if Doomsday is, I guess, I have not seen Fantastic Four yet, so I don't know if I don't think Doom's in it, correct?
I also don't know.
We don't know, but I have not seen any major spoilers saying he is, which I feel like I would have leaked onto my onto my Twitter. So assuming he's not, so maybe you could leave him separate. Doomsday could be Robert Downey Jr.'s introduction as Doomsday, and then all holy hell breaks loose. That's probably hopefully that's it, right? I think we both agree with that. Also, there is no February 26th movie. I did confirm that.
Yeah, you're right, because the thing that we have to keep in mind is this is not phase 1, it's phase 6. When they introduced Thanos and they doled him out one post-credit scene at a time, that was, one could argue that was necessary, because unless you're a real fiend at least at that point in time. Like now, obviously, everybody knows who Thanos is. Everybody, probably
Yep.
whether they've read those books or not, probably knows the main stories now. You've seen Thanos in some like Marvel vs. Capcom games, or he's
Yeah.
been important storyline. Everybody knows who the hell Thanos is now.
Mhm.
But it was really only the hardcore comic book
Yes.
nerds that would know what a Thanos was and how it could even be conceived
Thanos.
as cool. And nobody knew what an infinity gauntlet was for the
Yeah.
most part, like that. So to me, that does require a buildup because you're trying to introduce this new villain and
Mhm.
make sure that it is well established that he's head and shoulders above all these other dudes. Well, we're all more invested. Any of the fans that are fans of the MCU, like they know who Doctor Doom is. All right. They know, most importantly, they know that Robert Downey Jr. is playing him. They know new mask, same task. So they think there's going to be some Iron Man tie in. If there was ever a character that did not need an introduction leading into his first movie, it's this one. Like
He don't need it.
to me, introducing Doom and that's like showing Thomas and Martha Wayne get shot again. Like we
Correct.
don't need it. We all know what's coming. We all know it's going to be there. And I think if you don't resist the urge and you do plop out Robert Doomy Jr. cameo, you're just robbing yourself of that moment
in
when
the
it's
movie.
going to happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just stealing from yourself in the future at that point.
Yeah.
You're watering it down.
I would agree. And you know they're going to show it in a trailer, so you might as well save it for that. For the hype.
Yeah, they can't help. It will be ruined. Don't
It'll
worry.
come out in a
gang.
trailer, but at least push it to that. Don't fucking do it before then.
I would just have some balls and just save it for the movie. And then wouldn't you know it, people will go and be like, dude, you got to see it. It's so cool. I mean, somebody will screen cap
somebody's
it
gonna
in
fuck it
theater and
up.
ruin it for you anyway. But come on, just
don't let it be them.
Don't do it. Just don't do it
So,
yourself. No.
That's all our news today on Spider-Man. I'm excited for it. We'll see, though. We'll see.